All right, welcome. Today we're tackling a title that might make you do a double take. More beautiful than heaven. I mean, what could possibly be more beautiful than heaven, right? Well, let's dive in and unpack this because it gets at a really fascinating perspective on life, faith, and what it really means to be here right now.
So let me just ask you this, straight up. Imagine a bus pulls up tonight. The sign says heaven, and your ticket is guaranteed. Do you get on? Now be honest. For a lot of Christians, the real answer, well, it involves a bit of hesitation, doesn't it? And that hesitation is exactly what we're going to get to the heart of today. And this is what we're calling the heavenly dilemma. On one hand, we believe heaven is our true home, our final destination. But on the other hand, we're in no hurry to pack our bags, And it's super important to understand this isn't about a lack of faith. Not at all. It's about a very real, very human attachment to this life, to the world we know and love. Okay, so let's dig into that. If our attachment to this world is at the core of this whole thing, let's take a closer look. What is it about this life, right here on Earth, that has such a powerful, and let's be honest, often beautiful pull on us?
The writer of Ecclesiastes, who most people believe was King Solomon, he had everything. I mean, think about it. Unbelievable wealth, legendary wisdom, absolute power, any pleasure you can imagine. He had the whole checklist. And after experiencing it all, his conclusion was this: vanity of vanities, all is vanity. I mean, wow. Talk about a shocking statement from the guy who literally had everything. And look, the attractions of this world, they are so powerful. There's no denying that. But they're also fleeting. A really powerful and sober example of this is the Twin Towers. For years, they were just the symbol of human achievement, of economic might, a true landmark of progress. And then, in just a couple of hours on a clear September morning, they were gone. It's just such a stark reminder that even our most amazing, solid-seeming achievements are temporary.
But here's where it gets really interesting. That word, vanity, doesn't mean what we might think. It's not about being worthless. In the original language, and you see this in the Chinese translation, su kong, too, it means something more like smoke or a vapor. It's here 1 second and then, poof, it's gone. It's beautiful, it's real, but it's fleeting. It just can't give us that deep, lasting, ultimate satisfaction that our souls are actually looking for.
Okay, so if this world is beautiful but fleeting, what about where we're headed? What about heaven? Well, it turns out that a lot of our common ideas about what heaven is like, they might actually be part of the problem. So let's clear the air and look at what the Bible really says. I think for many of us, our mental picture of heaven is, well, kind of bland, right? We think of floating on clouds, maybe some harp music in the background, walking on streets of gold. It can sound a little static, maybe even boring. But the reality described in the Bible is so much more profound than that. It's dynamic. It's joyful. It's absolutely bursting with life. And the biggest prize, the real treasure, isn't gold streets. It's being in the full, unfiltered presence of God and seeing the absolute end of all suffering.
The great author C.S. Lewis really put it perfectly. He said heaven isn't some passive, static place. He described it as a dynamic, ever-deepening reality, a place of intense joy, learning, and connection that's way beyond anything we could possibly imagine here on Earth.
So really, the core promise of heaven isn't just about what we get. It's about what we lose. It's the end of everything that's broken about our world. I mean, just try to imagine it for a second. A reality with no more death, no more sorrow, no more crying, no more pain. And what's left in their place? The one thing we were literally made for, a full, perfect, unhindered connection with God.
Okay, so if Earth is temporary and heaven is this incredible destination, what are we supposed to do in the meantime? Just wait around? No, absolutely not. The solution isn't to just wish our lives away waiting for the bus. It's to start bringing the culture, the very qualities of heaven, into our lives right here, right now.
Here's a good way to think about it. Imagine you're on a long layover in an amazing city before your final flight home. What do? Do you just sit at the gate staring at the clock for hours? Or do you get out and explore, make the most of where you are? Our time here on Earth, it's a lot like that layover. It's not the final destination, but it's a really important part of the journey.
And this idea perfectly connects to that line we all know from the Lord's Prayer, on earth as it is in heaven. See, that's not just a nice, passive wish. It's a mission statement. It's a call to action. It's about us actively reflecting the culture of heaven, its values, its purpose, its joy, in our everyday lives. So what does that actually look like day to day? Well, we can break it down into 3 simple but powerful ideas. First, living a life of worship. And that doesn't just mean Sundays. It means connecting with God in all the small moments. Second, a life of mission. This is all about finding out what you're good at, the unique gifts you have, and using them to help and serve other people. And third, a life of love. Simply sharing the hope you have with the people in your world.
When we start living this way, our whole perspective just shifts. Earth stops feeling like a waiting room for heaven. Instead, it becomes our training ground. It's like an internship for our real, eternal life. Everything we do here, the character we're building, the love we share, the people we serve, it all matters. It's all part of the preparation for what's next.
And that brings us right back to that surprising title from the beginning. A life that's more beautiful than heaven isn't some far-off future thing. It's a life lived right now. A life that brings a little piece of heaven's beauty, hope, and love to the people around us. So, I'll just leave you with this one thought to chew on. How can your life today become a little glimpse of heaven for someone else?